we're going to get right into it because we have quite a bit to show you today. We're a little ambitious. Thanksgiving's around the corner, so we'll see if we can add some more work to your plate. And we're going to start off with a really nice dressing for roasted winter veg, or roasted fall veg. My apologies. And so we're going to use some beautiful colors here. It's kind of like the changing of the leaves in fall. And you can use whatever you want for this. I've got some delicious parsnips. Actually, no, let me bring it here. Some tasty parsnips. We have some sweet potatoes, a couple different types of squash. So I have this here, which is a striped spaghetti squash. If you've never cooked spaghetti squash before, it's delicious, fantastic. I know a lot of people that use it as a substitute for spaghetti. I don't know how many nonas would approve for that, but it is fantastic.
Not quite the same, but it's pretty good.
And we're going to roast it. These types of squash at the end here, those are Hubbard squashes. The Hubbard squashes have become one of my new favorite squashes because, and I'll show you what it looks like, as a very, very vibrant orange color. It's much drier than your butternut squash, than your acorn squash, than your spaghetti squash. So what that means is for baking, there's less moisture in the actual squash. So it actually works really well in breads and cakes, in cupcakes.
Probably crisps up a lot better,
yes,
too.
Yes, exactly, because there's a little less moisture. So, you know, again, pick whatever you want. We have some nice carrots here. We're going to throw this into our baking tray, kind of mix them up. We'll get a head of garlic, and you can cut this in half. Throw the whole thing in there. And then with the onion, what you do is you can leave the skin on. I'm going to cut it into rings. So I'm going to leave the skin on and cut about 1/2-inch rings. Take your time. And then it's a lot easier to take the skin right off, and then you have your little onion rings.
But
Jinx.
these ones are not deep fried.
No.
He jinxed me. That means I can't talk, but I'm going to unjinx myself. not on
That
camera.
is impossible. And so this is, you know, straightforward. Everyone's following me at this point. Whatever kind of root vegetables, roasted vegetables you want to put in there. Onions, garlic, a little bit of olive oil, just a little pinch of salt, and some black pepper. That's all I'm doing at this point. So now this is going to go into the oven. So we have it set at 350, use 375 if you don't have convection. And I'm going to roast these for about 30 to 35 minutes, just until you're starting to get a little bit of color, it's starting to soften up on you a little bit. And while that's roasting, this is the magic part. So now we're going to make a dressing. And I'm already happy because the maple syrup's out. So we're going to make a really nice dressing to add later on. So we're going to use a 1/4 cup.
So we are using an added sugar here, but we like to use maple syrup because it does have over 50 different types of antioxidants. Some of the same ones that you will find in berries, red wine, and flax seeds. So definitely more nutritious than just going for your regular sugar. But of course, we don't want to go overboard with our total sugar. So we're doing a 1/4 cup that we're going to put on that large portion that we just put in the oven.
We're going to grate some ginger, so about a tablespoon worth of ginger. This is, I mean, ginger, especially in the oven, it has a really nice bite, but it's not overpowering. It adds a lot of flavor, and especially with the maple syrup. So I'm using a rasp here. It's going to collect all of those fibers. So it should be left with just that ginger pulp there. Beautiful. So the ginger's going to go in. I'm going to stir that up. We're going to use clementine. No, what did I say? I think a clementine. Mandarin clementine. I'm going to mix it up. Either one. You can use an orange, any citrus. Wash it well. We're also going to take the zest off of that. So keep the rasp. So now we have some pretty big flavors going on here. We got the ginger. We've got this orange zest. I mean, I can smell it. It's hitting me in the face right now. We have some green onion, and again, this is more of a preference thing. And there's already red onion in there, so you probably don't need it. But what's nice about the green onion is when you add it near the end, it just adds a really nice bright freshness. So a little bit of that in there. The herbs. Now, most of the time when you roast vegetables, you might put the rosemary first, which is fantastic. It's delicious. But the flavor of the rosemary is going to change the longer it's cooked. I mean, it's a good thing. You know, the longer it roasts, you're going to get a really nice kind of pineness come out of the rosemary. But I find that when it cooks too much, it starts to get a little bit bitter. So we're going to add it at this stage, which is like the last 10 minutes.
You're right, because I love the smell of it when I'm chopping it. But if you are doing kind of a long, slow heat, such as roasting, it changes a little bit on you.
Absolutely, it's the oils. The oils in you know, all the herbs, but especially these woody herbs are what's so fragrant, what's so tasty, delicious. And the longer you cook it, you're just cooking away. It's evaporating. You're cooking away that oil, so you don't have as much of a rosemary flavor going on. So we're going to add that to this as well, and just like we don't need much olive oil, just a little bit here, just to bring it together. And stir that up. So this is a beautiful dressing. I mean, you can use this for anything, even like roast chicken.
A nice marinade.
Yeah, beautiful marinade. And what we're going to do is we're going to add that the last 10 minutes. So at 30-35 minutes, we're taking those roasted vegetables out. We're going to pour this marinade over top, full of flavor, and then we're going to put it back into the oven to finish for another 10 to 15 minutes. And hopefully, all right. So I'll show you what we're working with here. So at the end, this is what it's looking like. Some beautiful color. So that's it. That's our maple ginger roasted vegetables. Everyone follow?
A beautiful side dish. Nice and easy. I like that.